What do we expect from Land Cruiser Prado? We would like to use it as an off-roader. It's evident, you will see it later. We would like to use it as a family car. To check the comfort of the car, the first question is how roomy it is inside. I'm 190 centimeters tall and I would like to set all seat rows into my size. To have a comfortable, good feeling in it, check how much place I have inside. Start with the first row, with the driver's seat. It's an automatic car, but if it would be a manual gear stick, I would be able to use the clutch in this position. It's an automatic steering wheel, so my real position is here. This is my size, the driver's seat is on my settings. Moving to the second row, check how many places I have behind myself. So, as I sit behind myself, you can see I have a lot of leg room, and fortunately this rear seat row is flexible. I can move much more, but to feel comfortable like this, 5-6 centimeters forward, and I still have enough place in the car. It's very comfortable to travel. The most interesting is the third row. How can I find my place in the third row? To move the seat is quite easy. It's very nice. I can jump in, and the truth is the following. The headroom is, let me say, acceptable. The leg room is quite okay. I can find enough place behind myself. The only one which could be a little uncomfortable on long time is the seating position. I'm sitting very close to the floor, that's why my knees are very high, and it could be uncomfortable on a long trip. About the practice, we have to discuss about the tailgate. This construction opens to the left, not to up. It is a very good solution in case if your car wears its spare tire on the back, because in this case that's the only possibility to open it. But in all other cases it can occur a little uncomfortness, because the whole tailgate opens on a very big radius. If you compare this radius with this radius, this would be much smaller, so you could be able to park closer to other objects like cars, like walls in shopping malls, whatever. With this tailgate it's not so easy, because you need such a space behind your car. Toyota found out a solution which is 90% solves this problem, is the opening rear window. Through this you can put in some things. You cannot use it for big things. You cannot put in through this hole a bicycle. You cannot put in a grandmother or a big, let me say, bag. The small window hole is practical for smaller things, like a small bag. It's easy to put in the car. This tailgate construction was designed in Japan, and in Japan, United Kingdom, Australia, they use right-hand drive cars, which is very comfortable. If you stop on the left side of the road and you are standing on the pavement, you can open it very easy. Just with one step, and you can put in what you want. But in Europe, where we live, we park on the right side of the street. So if I'm standing on the pavement, I have to walk through nearly to the road, and from the road I can open this door and put in my luggage. For urban use, it won't be really necessary to test it, because if you look at this car, it is 4.8 meter long. It's an average length of a mid-size sedan. If you can drive a car, then you can use it. Many of Hungarians asking always, because we are suffering from the typical problem of big cities, how can you park? I always ask back, why are you going to buy a car? Would you like to park with it? Because if you would like to park with it, then you don't need a car. You need to buy a ticket for the public transport. If you would like to drive a car, then it's a very good choice, because it gives a lot of pressure for you. It gives much more pressure than an average bus or a tram or whatever you can use by a ticket. According to the fuel economy, you must calculate with this car maximum capacity load can be 3 tons. It is a permanent all-wheel drive with an automatic gearbox. You never forget it has very wide tires on it, 265 wide. Never forget the very high ground clearance, which can occur a lot of air turbulences under the car. And there is another very important aspect of the fuel economy is the very big size of the tailgate of the car. Here is a very big air bubble which sucks back the car. The new Prado is full with safety features. It has 7 airbags, for example. It has blind spot monitor. It has a cross traffic monitor in case of you are in reverse gear. It has a distance keeping cruise control, which is very safe on the highway application. And it has a 4-camera system. If you look on the screen, here you can see the picture of the front camera. It is interesting because if you stop at a crossroad, it checks both direction, right and left. We can check no crossing traffic. Here you can see also the right mirror camera, but if we change, you can see both mirror cameras in front direction and both mirror cameras in back direction. And all together with the reverse camera, it's a complete 4-camera system which can help you a lot. If you use the Land Cruiser in low gear, then it has a special off-road mode, and you can see the path where your wheels will go. I give back the camera to the cameraman and I turn the steering wheel. Can you see how the path is moving on the screen? And the fly also came to the camera. This white color, here is the fly. This white color is like a magnet for all insects. It's beautiful because it's very dirt resistant, let me say. You cannot see the dust on it, but all animals like flies and so on jump onto it. They like it somehow very much. And if you want to park into a small place, you should fold in the mirrors. What do you think? What will happen with the picture? It's very clever. I fold in the mirror, but it keeps the direction. It's perfect. And now I can drive in with folded in mirrors safely into my garage because the camera kept the direction of the picture. Congratulations, this is perfect. Blind spot monitor, if detects a car, starts to sign in yellow, and if I start the blinker, it will start blinking as a warning for not to change your track. This car has a pre-safety system, and it includes a cruise control which can keep the distance by the car ahead going front of you. And if it detects an object, it starts to brake, and if the road is free, then it accelerates automatically. It's a little slower than if you would do it by your leg, but anyhow it works.